Hi everyone. Yes, I'm back. I'm going to answer the questions that people have asked me before, my hiatus that I had to leave. And this was a video that I had made saying ask me anything and I'll answer it. So I'm going to say the name of the person, what the question is, and then I'll answer. Okay? First question. 1D Rock 37167. Daryl. He asked, what is your greatest fear? My greatest fear has already happened, and it was losing my parents. And even as a child, I had that fear. I remember when I was about 10 years old actually telling my mom and dad that I wanted to die before them because I didn't think that I could deal with living without them. But apparently I can. It's really hard, but I can. But that is my greatest fear. It's already happened. Now, if you want like a fear of something, I have a fear of suffocation and drowning because I almost drowned. Yeah, just stuff like that. I don't like my air taken away from me, as I'm sure nobody else does. Okay, Harry Strongwood asks, what is one negative thing about having lupus? One positive thing that you've learned about yourself in dealing with lupus? Well, one negative thing about lupus is that I can't function the way I used to. I'm tired all the time. I'm in pain all the time. My lungs are messed up. Just stuff like that. Plus my feet hurt all the time. There's just a lot of things, like especially the pain is probably the most negative thing, except for when I found out that I was sick. A lot of my friends just left me because I don't know if it was because I was so codependent that I used to be there for them, that when I got sick and couldn't be there for them, that they just decided to not be there for me. But that's a negative thing, definitely. A positive thing that I've learned about myself is that even when I think I can't handle it, I do. Even when I think I'm not strong, I am. And I believe that if I can make it through this, anyone can. And I hope that having this, I will be able to help other people with chronic pain, illnesses. Because it's definitely not an easy road, but I have no choice. So I have to look at it and try to be positive as I can. Owned by the Kitty. Can you talk more about the condition you have that makes your feet cold? How did you find out what it was, and when did you first experience it? And is there anything to do to relieve the symptoms? I have Raynaud syndrome in my feet. It's basically like neuropathy, and what it does is it makes my feet feel like they're frostbit all the time, so they feel like they're on fire, but they're actually really cold because I'm not getting enough blood flow to my feet, to my toes. The way that I found out that I had it is my doctor noticed that my toes were turning a shade of purplish blue, and that comes along with mixed connective tissue disorder, which is what I have actually, which includes lupus and Raynaud syndrome. And I have found that my friend Stacy, I love her so much, she had this roll-on stuff called BioFreeze. And what it does is it actually freezes my toes. Even though they're cold, it kind of puts the fire out. You know, they don't feel like they're burning. So this, she got me, which is a spray. So I spray on my feet. Now, I don't spray it on there very often, and I did talk to my doctor about this because I had no idea if I used something like this, if it was going to make, you know, the fact that I don't get oxygen to my toes and blood flow, that since it's basically freezing my toes, if it was going to hurt them. But he told me that it might give them more oxygen because they're not hurting as much, and you know, so hopefully, he said it's not going to hurt me unless I have a cut on my foot or something like that, and the only thing it'll really do is burn me. So I have found that this does relieve the pain somewhat, and it is nice to be able to just, you know, relax my feet a little because they burn all the time. The first time I experienced that was a few years ago, and I remember my big toes were starting to get not numb, they just had tingling in them. It felt like they were getting numb. I thought I had neuropathy and diabetes because my dad had that. I have been tested for diabetes, but I don't have it. Not yet anyway. Let's hope to God I don't get it. But that's how I first experienced it. Okay, Michigan Cutie, 69. What is my favorite food? Macaroni and cheese, I have to say, is my favorite food. Where were you born? In Indiana. I was born in Fairmount, Indiana. Do I think your tractor sexy? No. I don't like tractors. So that's probably why. And let's see. Do you believe there's another life form out there? Yes, I do, because, you know, I know that the people on Earth can't be the only life form out there. I don't know if I believe in aliens, but I believe that there's another life form out there. And how is my Xanners doing? She is doing wonderful, and she's so happy to be home. She is just the best in the whole world. The night revealed. Cameron. Hi, Cameron. If money were no object, can you describe for us your ideal house you'd have built and decorated? Yes, I can. And this will be the last question on this one, because I didn't realize I've already gone 8 minutes. But the house that I would have built is, I would probably have it, you know, 2 or 3 bedrooms, and I would just definitely, I want it to be like a lived-in house, to where people don't have to come in and take their shoes off. I like the hippie kind of thing, to where, you know, you go in and you sit on a beanbag chair or whatever. Of course, that's not real comfortable for me now, but that's the kind of decorating I like. I also like Americana stuff, but if you were to look from the outside of my house that I would love to have built, is I would want it to be light blue, because that was my mom's favorite color, and I would like for it to have red shutters because that was my dad's favorite color. And I would also like to have yellow roses everywhere in my yard because my dad loved them. So that's probably about how I would, just peaceful and loving. That's what I want my, if I had the money, that kind of home I'd like to have. But there we go. There's those, and I will start off on more when I come back. Thank you for those questions, guys. Mwah.